as always.
So do you.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. We are live now. Yay!
Yay!
We made it back. Did y'all miss us? I know you did. And
I sure
so
missed you.
I
So
know. Yes. Oh my gosh. So welcome. Um, we still really don't have a name, but it's okay. It's just me and my bestie Danielle. We're just chitting and chatting, and we love it for you to join us in the chitting and the chatting. So Danielle, you and I both were talking about something that we want to talk about. So
yeah,
go ahead and start us off.
I feel like it's the theme right now, and it is protect your peace. I know that we've been away for a few weeks, but a couple things like I had to do it in my personal life, protecting my peace. But where we are right now in the world, we know what's going on with this country that we live in. Um, and things are going down and it's crazy and it's nuts. And the biggest thing, I mean, it just kept playing in my head is protect your peace no matter what. We are at a point where we see our government's collapsing. We see this coming. Anybody who actually is paying attention knows that this is happening right now. This We are not in a good space at all. We haven't been in a good space. Um
For a
but it's
while.
just for a while, and it's just going. We are on the mudslide, right? The avalanche at this point. There's no stopping it. We're hitting it. So my thing is protect your peace, because everybody is crazy right now, and I say that with all the love and light and blessings to everybody, but we all
Right.
are, I mean, like it, we're in a scary spot, so people are crazy. People are
Yes.
absolutely crazy.
Exactly.
Just FYI, if you guys can hear it, my dogs are eating dinner, so you might hear some slurping in the background. But
Oh
yes, it's
gosh.
just my babies eating dinner. But yeah, it's people are crazy. I mean, like I've been feeling it this entire year, and it's just this momentum that is building, this pressure that is building, where I'm like, what is happening? But
Mm,
that also made me think about how important it is right now as a healer, a light worker, uh, any kind of medicine that you practice. This is the call to like get your grassroots movement going. At this point you need to be in a network, you need to have your community,
yeah.
because and I'm not even trying to be like this, like survivalist and that the world is going down, but
Mm,
we're at a point where everything is, it's chaos, and we are setting the government is setting it up. And we were talking about this, do we talk about politics? But let's talk about it, because it's affecting us,
very much
especially
so.
as people of the global majority, right? We have an issue right now and it is scary, and we need to be like, so how we need to be in community. We need to be using our resources. You need to find your local hoodoo practitioner. You need to find your local fill in the blank. You need to know how to be you got to be able to barter. You got to be able to know who you can trust. You need to know medicine, and I mean, and get with your community. Right now it is nuts. Like it doesn't feel good. And if you're alone, it's even scarier. Like this is when you should be leaning
Yeah.
in. So I'm going to say, if you don't have a community, it's time to find one. It is like
Right.
get with
Now's not
them.
the time to be a
Like
loner.
you, no, this is not the time to be a loner. Now is the time to be
Mm-mm.
like, all right, what you doing over here?
Exactly.
Like either I can mess with you or I can't. It's very clear. There's no more
Right.
neutrals, right? We know this. Neutral has gone away. We've been living in this weird spot where a lot of people are neutral. No more
Mm,
neutral. Either I fuck with you or I don't.
Yeah. And
But it's very clear.
yeah. And it's no more, being a loner. There's really not even room for procrastination anymore, right? It's now shit or get off the pot. And then figure
Yeah.
out who are you running with. And it's so funny, the reading that I did for the month, that was one of the things of looking at and taking inventory of who you're surrounding yourself with. This is a moment in time where, just like you said, this is the time for community building. This is the time to network. So, like, if you're an herbalist, hook up with someone who is, I don't know, a Reiki practitioner, then also meet up with an acupuncturist. And these are the people that you need to have in your network. Why? Because you're going to be treating a lot of the same people.
Yep.
And we've got to be able to know, who can I send this person to for XYZ, because my services is this. But I also know that this person, for them to be whole in this holistic effort, I need to know who are the people I can trust and
Right.
send this person to, you know, and also use that person myself, because I also have to protect my own energy, my peace, my body, my spirit, and all of those things too. So this is why I'm glad we're talking about this, because in this political climate, there's a lot of energy going on right now, a lot of it. And we, as the light workers, the empaths, the highly sensitive people, we're absorbing that energy and we're taking it in. We're scrolling on our phones, and, everyone has these, talks that they're doing, and they're, standing on business for one thing, but, whatever on the next thing. And we're taking all of this in. This is the time for us not to go cower away in a corner, but it's time for us to protect our peace. But like what Danielle said, this is the grassroots time. This is the time for that stuff to start coming together. All of that shift that was happening in 2020, when the universe took us through that nice shift and everybody was like, what the hell?
Right.
This is it. This is what it was
It-
preparing us for.
so yeah, protect your peace
Yeah.
and get with community. I mean, like it is not time to be a loner. Find your people. I can tell you, I've I've relied more in the last few weeks in trying to like stay connected, and I feel it's super important to stay connected. Right? I know I'm on the more introverted side. Granted, the extroverted of the introverted side. I am not an introverted introvert at all, but and I get
Mhm.
it. I like and the reason I say this is we have to find these moments. So on Sunday, I got to go with like 20 black and brown people and frolic in the forest.
I saw those pictures. I was like, ooh, that
And
is so juicy and
I
nice.
mean,
I love that.
right? And we were talking about, I messaged you the other day and I was like, can we see some Black Boy Joy again with men frolicking? I straight up was like, are y'all gonna frolic? I need to see y'all frolic. Like, we are here, we are in nature, we are out here, and it was beautiful because you don't see a massive group. I mean, because 20 people, that's a lot of people. That is
That
a lot of
is. That's
people.
good.
Um, that all we were like, yes, and we're all like-minded. We've got hoodoo practitioners, root workers, urban farmers, acupuncturists. I mean, it was really nice to be with people who are in the area. And this is why I'm just like, it really matters because as crazy as everything is going down,
Mm-hmm.
It is now, I got a day of playing in the sunshine, putting my feet in the grass, walking around, having a great time playing with dragonflies, and that was a whole, we were taking little side quests. We're like, "Ooh, what's over here?" But to be, and then just kick back, eat, enjoy nature. It was great. And so, I mean, like, but it gives us those moments of breath, that pause, because yes, right now the world is on fire. We all know this. That, I mean, we know it, and you can't be in it 24/7. We're in it, and I'm not saying go stick your head in the sand, but when you
Right.
can get those moments of like, hey, let me congregate with people
Yes.
that are my people, and making those connections, and just not being out there by myself, just going like, right, I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Right.
Not alone. And there are other people in this group who are all doing the exact same thing. And it was super chill and super lovely, and we all had a great time. And so it's those moments, because then back to reality, right? Like, I took a
Right.
day back to reality, back to this nonsense that's happening. And I say, push hard on whatever your stuff that you're doing as a healer. Push hard for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Make those, like, no matter what, even like as I'm doing things, I'm watching, and it's like, okay, what else can I do to get this done? What else can I do to get this done? Where can I make these connections? Because it's not good. It's not good. And we got to find the joy. And we need, and I really, I
Mm-hmm.
want to see Black Boy joy all the time, like
Me
all the
too. Me
all
too.
the time. It was
It's
so
nothing
good.
like it.
So good. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's really what we need, you know. So when we're saying protect your peace, to me protecting your peace means being able to, even in the midst of all the chaos, to be able to find my calm, to still find something to laugh about. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
still, you know, find something that's going to give me some ounce of pleasure. And I know as I'm watching like TikTok videos and Instagram reels and people that are going hard for, like, things that's happening in Palestine and the Congo and Sudan and all
And
these other
Haiti,
places.
yeah.
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 Don't feel guilty about having some kind of pleasure and joy in your life. You know, find it in the small things, because you're no good to any movement if you can't find something to smile about, something to inspire you to have joy, because there's always going to be that ebb and flow of life that we cannot get around. There's always that whatever comes up must come down. If you're going left, there's always a right.
Right.
If you're going to go backwards, there's always a forward. There's always something, life, and then there's death. There's always that. So it's us understanding that it's okay for us to find the balance in our lives and find those moments of peace, those moments of joy, those moments of pleasure. Don't deny yourself that, because you'll just make yourself go crazy.
Absolutely. Take the break, especially if you are trying to bear witness to everything. Like, it really is important that, it's like, I get it. We don't want to forget. We don't want to say I'm over it. We don't want to forget. But it is super important to just, it's okay to say I can't right now,
Yeah.
for a day, for 2 days. Whatever you need
Mhm.
to do to recharge, so that you can come back and say, all right, let's keep going. It's,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
There's there's this really beautiful goddess on TikTok. Her name is Joy, and I think she's a nurse. And she has gone over to the Congo, and she does her TikTok videos from the Congo because she's there volunteering, helping, boots on the ground. It's like a whole organization of them giving health care and just all these different things. And I love that so much. And it's like anything that I can do to help her, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but even in the things that she talks about that can be so heartbreaking and so disturbing, what can give you absolute joy, hope, and just love is when she shares those beautiful children running around, playing, being able
Right.
to be children in the midst of all that stuff that's happening there in the Congo, showing their faces, they're laughing, they're running, they're, smiling, they're climbing over her, hugging her, and it's infectious and beautiful. So that lets me know it's okay for me to smile sometimes.
It's
It's
okay.
okay for me to step away and feel a little joy sometimes, to have a moment where I can just get lost in laughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, that to me is the epitome of protecting your peace, is that balance and understanding.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So people go protect your peace. Homework assignment.
Yes.
Go laugh. Go laugh.
Go.
Please go laugh. Go
Yeah.
laugh. It's funny. We were talking about how, like, yeah, we don't celebrate today. It's Happy
Mm-mm.
Don't Blow Your Hand Off Day by accident, because of
Right.
stupidity. But go laugh. Find something to laugh at.
Yeah, for real. Find something to laugh at, something to make you smile, something that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Even if it's something that I don't know, that you've watched like a million times. Maybe
Yeah.
it's something from your childhood, like your favorite TV show. And as corny as it might look to you nowadays, laugh at that.
Please do. I'm
Laugh
actually
at how funny, how it's like, oh my god, the graphics in this is really bad. Was it always this bad?
right. Yes. Yes, it was. Even though we were like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Right.
But also like today, like when we get off this live, I'm making sloppy joes for dinner with potato chips. I am going back to feeling like a little kid because that is protecting my peace. It is giving me
Yeah.
joy. It is
Yeah.
giving me joy eating something that I don't even remember the last time it's been. I mean, I probably gave it to Nisa, so but she's 25 now. So I'm going like I don't remember in the last 10 years.
Hmm.
But it was one of my favorite things to eat as a kid, like with my grandpa. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go make some sloppy joes. Okay, Three Stooges. Oh, there were bad graphics.
They
Bad,
were so bad.
so bad.
They were so bad. But
So bad.
yeah, I mean, if that gives you that joy, goddess bliss, please find the Three Stooges, because yeah, they were something.
They were. They were.
They were something. And it's so interesting you said that about sloppy joes. Like a couple of weeks ago, Christian, my son, uh, he said, he was like, yeah, mom. He said, I was sitting in my house, and I was wondering, what do I want to eat? He said, and I thought about you. And I was like, okay. He said, and I thought about as a kid. He was like, one of the best things was when you would buy stuff and make sloppy joes. He was like, and I wanted some sloppy joes. He said, I haven't had any in years. He was like, so I bought the stuff and I made me some sloppy joes. He said I had me some potato chips. So just you saying that was just so funny
Uh-huh.
because that's exactly what he said. He was like, I wanted some sloppy joes and I wanted some chips. He was like, the funny thing is, he said it tasted good. He was like, but Mama, what did you do that made it taste so good? I was like, I don't know.
That's your
The
love.
love.
That's your love.
It was the love, I guess.
And it's always better when like for me, if my grandpa made it, right? It was the best. Like, uh yeah. And I also got potato salad because I was like, yeah, I want potato salad with it, but I gotta put like the Lay's on the actual sandwich
Yeah.
and be messy and just yeah, get all the feels.
And so now I'm also thinking about when you said that. I mean, we could dig into our memories and find all this nostalgic stuff that gives us just sheer joy. Like I was thinking about my grandmother. Um, and my grandmother, it was a treat to go to my grandma's house. Now, one thing about my grandmother, my mother's mother, she was not the best cook in the world, but she did have some signature dishes.
Same,
Um,
same, same. My mom was not. Mm-mm,
Now,
no.
my father's mother, she was the cook, but my mother's mother, not as much. But she just had those things, and it was other things that she would do that just made just our stay there special. So she would pop us some popcorn in her air popper thing,
Hmm.
and then she would fix us these ice cream sodas. So she would have they always she and my grandfather always had Neapolitan ice cream. They
Yes, I
always had
swear.
Neapolitan
Every
ice cream.
grandparent, every grandparent
It was like a
had
must.
Neapolitan. Like
So she would scoop it and then pour some Coca-Cola on top of it. And it was like the best thing ever. And so I had been thinking, I was like, I wanna I want an ice cream soda. It'll probably tear my stomach up because I'm so lactose intolerant now, but
go get some lactate before you do it. Do
right,
it though.
exactly. But I would love that. Like, so I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing, y'all. Get some stuff that's nostalgic for you, that brings you joy. And it doesn't have to just be food. It could be
No,
your favorite toy, you know, something.
absolutely.
Go to like Dollar Tree and get you some coloring books and crayons, right? Sit down and color. I have colored pencils that I use. I also have some crayons. Yeah,
Yep.
and paper, and I just start doodling and coloring or whatever. Yeah, get you a coloring book. Get um get a jump rope. Get some. Do they
Bubbles.
still have? Yes. Oh God, I love blowing
Bubbles.
bubbles.
I
I
love bubbles.
love blowing bubbles.
And I've also found out that they've got like dog safe flavored bubbles that like so
Really?
I was gonna get some so I could because Lola loves them, but then I know that it's safe enough for her. Bubbles and you can eat them all.
Oh, that's so good to know. Because next
Yeah,
time I have to dog sit my grand dog, I can go get some.
yeah.
Because I
So
know he would have a ball with that.
right. Yeah. So yeah, find that black girl joy.
Yeah.
Find I literally I've been soaking up wherever I can because it really does protect my peace. Like
Yeah.
it's when you cultivate it, it's a lot easier to tap into when you start honoring those little things.
Yeah.
Just those little things. It doesn't have to be a lot, but once you do, it kind of opens up the floodgates
Yes.
if you allow it to.
Yes. So,
So
so much. So, so much. Yes. Open up those floodgates. Allow yourself to have those moments. You know, give yourself something indulgent as a nice bath. You know,
right?
do a bubble bath. You know, um, do something that will bring you some kind of joy, some kind of pleasure, some kind of relaxation, right? I'm always getting on my Reiki students to do your self-healing. But sometimes the self-healing can come through other avenues. It doesn't always have to be through Reiki.
And that's what exactly. Sometimes it's just like go dance it off for 5 minutes. A lot or a road trip, even if it's a 30-minute ride, not in the
Yeah.
city. Take yourself out. Like,
Mhm.
like just drive somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But
yeah,
seriously, yeah, that protecting your peace is huge. But going back to the other point of building up your grassroots, building up your as a healer, whatever it is that you have to offer, put it out there. Put it out there, imperfect. Put it out there, not all the way you think it's supposed to be. Because one thing about it, and one thing about this journey has taught me, just put it out there and it'll all come together if it's in alignment with who you are. It
absolutely.
will do it.
Absolutely. Just keep one foot, just get off the X. Get off
Yeah.
the X. That's it. Doesn't matter. I mean, like, I am amazed at how much I've accomplished this year alone because all of a sudden I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do this. I've
Yeah.
applied to like so many grants. I don't know if I'm going to get the money, but why not? You'd be amazed at how much of it is like, oh, just speak from your heart. Okay, so I'm going to put out there what I want. This is my goal. This is my vision. This is my intent. We'll see what happens. But it's just like if we keep waiting for it to be perfect, this lifetime will pass. Like it really will. Like you just have to pick something, like wherever it is. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to redo my website again. Okay, fine. Great. Let's go do it again. Was it perfect? No. It was basic. And then I was like, okay. And then I tweaked with it a little more. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to change the colors a little more. And now I'm like, no, I, you know, speak your truth. And that's the other part of it. Just speak your truth because now it's time to redo it where I'm like, yo, call in your people. They're coming. If you put it out there, they will come. They will. Like I literally walked off my job a couple weeks ago. I just walked out. I was like, I'm done. Once again, protect your peace. Protect your peace. And then I started another job. And one of the questions, and I said with no hesitations when I was talking to the owner of my new job, um, she's like, "So what do you want to manifest in your practice?" And I was like, "More black and brown people as patients." She was like, "Okay, great. I'm gonna let you figure out how you want that message to come across because I don't want to. I." She's like, "I don't want it to be gross." Because she is white. But it was amazing that she's like, I want you to figure out how we can best support you figure out your stuff because I don't want to say, look over here. I'm gonna put my black employee on display. And it was really like, but the fact that she was like, yeah, let's find your people. Let's do it. Great.
Good.
And
That's
she's like,
real
what
good.
else? And I said, I practice in ATR and I want to find more patients that practice ATR. She's like, okay, once again, I'll let you figure out how you want to message it, but we won't like she really gave me the space to say and I'm like I'm going to do this unapologetically as me though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Even if I even if I make missteps, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
of
okay
course.
because this is life. And I think this is where a lot of us, especially black women, we know how we get labeled, so we tend to want to like I'm not going to say everything. I am going to hold back. I'm
Yeah.
going to revise it and revise it and revise it because they're going to pick apart whatever
Hmm.
I put out there. And they will. We know this. We know it will be picked apart. But you're going to be so much happier. So much. I mean, like I can tell you I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just like, you know what? I am so much more at peace. It's so much more like, you know what? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
And your people will find you then, but you have to put it out there. Don't be a stingy sharer. Do not be stingy.
Yeah,
Get
that.
out there. Say what you got to say. I get it. I'm not somebody who likes to be on social media, and I'm learning to rip that band-aid off where I'm just like, I got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I need people to find me. There are certain things I'll never do, but there's the, like, because people are asking, well, how do I find you? And I'm like, or are you, putting everything out on social media? And I'm like, it depends what I'm doing. Because if I'm seeing someone, like, I want to be one of the best guarded, not best kept, but best guarded secrets out there where it's like, I got you. I know who you need to see.
right.
And that they end up coming to me. I don't want it to be a complete secret, but I want it where it's like, no, this is a sacred space. And I only want to work with people who are ready for the work that I offer them. I'm there
Yeah,
to help them revamp their lives. And I only want those who are ready for what I have to offer. I don't want people who are, and so that's another piece that for those healers out there who are like, oh, I'm going to chase the money or there's not enough to go around. I offer transformation. Not everybody wants the level of transformation that I offer, and it's okay. There is more than enough to go around, and the right people will find you. So if something doesn't feel right, say, no, thank you, moving on. It is okay because the right people will show up and you'll know it. And I think that's really something like, no matter what, just like be clear about who you are, because I don't want to. I can I'm going to speak freely about my website. When I started it, when I put it up, it was pretty basic, but I kept everything very neutral. I was also working in a very white male space for my full-time job. And so when I did my website, yeah, I put it up. I was like, great, I got something up. Got the first band-aid off. But my site was set up more to pass
hmm,
what's palatable. And then bit by bit, and now I'm like, yo, time to redo all of this because I want my people to be like, oh, there's a black acupuncturist who wants black patients. Period. Period. It's a safe space for black people to come and get help and get what they need. And there will be no shaming, marginalizing, all of it, because that's not tolerated. So
right.
it's okay if you start wherever you're at, but do it. Do it. Go do it. Please, please, please. I need more people in my network.
Yes, do
I,
it.
yeah. As a
Yeah,
collective, we got to get out there and create that voice so people can find us.
yeah. Because the people are actually seeking truth. And there are so many out there who are doing this work that are, what's the word, unscrupulous. They're just not. They're just not. They're
Mm-hmm.
not genuine. They're not doing it from a genuine place. They're not doing it from a place of love. It's not heart centered. It's very much capitalistic. The energy about it, excuse me, and a lot of the information that they tell is wrong. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
here you are, whoever this person is that's watching, that has this beautiful vision of what they want. and what they have been put on this earth to do. And
Yeah.
what we're saying right here, right now, in this climate, in this political climate that we are having going through right now in this country, now is the time to get it going. To get it going, meet people, get off of, you know, the past failures that you had. You just have to let that go. You just have to let that go. The reservation of, well, I don't know, I can't trust people. If you can't trust people, you can't serve people. As a
Oh,
healer, if you can't trust people, you can't serve people. Because
so
then
bad.
who are you
Oh,
serving? Who are you serving? Then it becomes self-serving, right? You have to decide if you are called to do this work, no matter what the scope of it is. I don't care if it's Reiki, massage, acupuncture, herbalist, jewelry maker, tarot reader, just,
right.
cosmic mystic healer. I don't know. Whoever you are, it's past time for
It
you
is
to get
past time.
started. It's past time because you've been getting this nudge for the longest to do it. And you keep worrying about, well, how am I going to get it done? The resources are out there.
They
But
are.
the only way for you to really find them is you got to get off your ass and get out of your own head and get out there. Find people, meet people, be guided to the people who can give you the next breadcrumb to get you to the next spot. I rely heavily on my pillars, my network of women. Number one, the person that is on this live with me right now is very resourceful, and I love her for that.
That's right.
And I have my other pillars, the spiritual mamas. Like, I have that. I didn't always have it. But
Right.
if I had just given up and just isolated and decided, well, I, don't want to do this, I can't trust people, can't do this, can't do that, I wouldn't have never built these beautiful relationships to where I know if it's something outside my wheelhouse, I'm sending them to Danielle, or I'm sending them to Mignon, or I'm sending them to Kathleen. I have my pillars. I'm looking for more. I want
Right.
to say, oh, okay, you got that issue. I'm sending you to God's bliss.
Exactly.
I'm sending you over
Exactly.
to her because
Knowing
she is the expert in that.
exactly. Know where you stay in your lane. And that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. I think so many people get caught up in this like uh scarcity mentality, right? Like, oh no, 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 I need to do this. But also know your limits. I have gotten cussed out by people when I have said, you know what? Thank you. Like, yes, I'll work with you. And I start working with them. And then as more things have come out, and oh, well, I didn't tell you this and this and this, and it's getting more complicated, where I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. But like ethically, I this is beyond me. This is and yes, I've gotten cussed out, but you know what? I have no regrets. I didn't take it personally, and somebody can get the help they need from the right person. When I knew I was getting it, I was like, okay, I'm treading water here. And I'm good treading water for a while, but now mm, this could turn into something. So, but I want to go. Like, great, I know a great herbalist who was able to be like, okay, yeah, I'll take that person on and got them on the right formula. Like, I'm a decent herbalist, but I was at a point where I was like, okay, this is getting really complicated,
Right.
really complicated. And so it's okay to say, you know what, this is beyond me, but that's when you tap into your community and say, hey, I need help. Do you know anybody who does this? If you don't have that person in your group already,
Right.
they will get you to the right person and say, okay. So when you go back to whoever you're helping, you say, hear me out, hear me out. I can't help you, but I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, but I got their name, their number. I gave them a call, talked to them, gave them basic information. They're expecting your call. Nothing
Exactly.
but love and light. And I think in the end, most people, that's what they want. They want the help, and they're grateful when you're not trying to scam them.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and that you like, and I get it, sometimes things are stubborn, right? Like I see stuff that's stubborn, um and it's not as easy as 1 2 3, we're done, 2 treatments, bye. But I tell my patients, you got to give me time. Whatever you didn't happen overnight. Sometimes I can hit it out of the park and we can get traction right away. But I think it's knowing where you're like, okay, I've exhausted all of my tools in my toolbox. And then, okay, I'm going to refer you out to somebody else.
Right.
And it happens. And it's okay. It's like, that does not mean you're actually doing them a service versus a disservice. So,
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Bliss says, I just begun my birth classes. Yay. And the instructor was saying, seeing the difference between the midwife and the doula, and went to know when to know you're ethically not able to help a person, right? And when to pass on them or pass them to the next person. That's correct. And that's with anything. To
as with
ethically,
anything.
whatever service you provide,
Yeah.
if you are feeling like I don't think I can help this person, like even with me, when I start talking to people and they like with Reiki and stuff, I'm like, you need beyond what I offer, because a lot of people want to skip the fact that they might need therapy.
I was
And so
about to say, so many people say,
uh-huh.
oh, no, no, especially if
No.
you're on a spiritual journey, do not get rid of
Mhm.
your therapist.
Please, if
Please
you
don't.
never had one, please get one.
Get one.
Okay. Because that way, me and the therapist, we can kind of work together. Like what I'm doing can help you with what they've got you doing, So yeah. And if they don't want to do that, then I'm like, well, you're gonna have to find somebody else, because what you need is beyond the scope of what I can do.
Correct.
So
Well, almost 45 minutes has gone by. That went fast.
it did, didn't it? It did. And she also said that could maybe help them better or is more qualified. I plan to add doula to my yes, and specialize in women and their birth and postpartum. That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
I love it.
well, my friend,
Yeah, I think we've reached a stopping point.
I think we have.
All right. So thank you all for joining us today. Um, Once the live is done, if you've enjoyed this, give us a like, put some comments in there, because yes, the chat is there, but YouTube really likes it when you put actual comments
A
on the
comment.
video. So do us a solid and do that, and that way YouTube will kick this up and people will come and watch it and watch us more often. So thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. And we are out of here. Have a good night.
See y'all later.